What is up, everybody, and welcome back again to another Thomas & Friends 80th Anniversary Merchandise Review. Today, we are looking at a big one. This is the Thomas & Friends Engine Celebration Pack. I got this from Amazon for the huge price of $40, which is shocking for a pack like this. Usually I would not do this for any other product, but for this, it was a must. This was a must-have. The box really is really nothing special. It just has the Thomas logo and then Engine Celebration Pack, and I'm really excited to get this open up. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I already did the more difficult part of cutting the tape off of the box, and now we're just gonna simply open it up and see what is inside. And whoa, and here it is. So I've seen a bunch of people like saying that this design is like AI, and I mean, it kind of looks like they hand drawn the looks of the merchandise, like the motorized and the diecast line, and kind of translated it to this image here. And I don't know, it looks odd. I do like it for what it is, but I don't know, there's like something about it just looks weird. It's kind of like a weird mishmash of the OG Thomas look with the all engines go design, because with the more 2D look of Napford Station, which I don't no idea why it's gold. And also for this part right here, I don't know, it's fine. I mean, I don't hate it, but I can see why some people would have that thought that this is like AI generated, but I think that's a little too far-fetched. So this is the playmat. This whole thing is one big playmat, and this is just all engines go 24/7 with this whole thing is just like one big all engines go design. And here are the engines, and dang, look at all of them. Just look at all this. This looks really cool. Can't wait to get all these out. Hang on. So I was thinking get these engines out of the plastic first. Before getting into the toys, I guess might as well start with this placemat. There isn't a ton to say about it. Like I said, this is literally just a design of all engines go. I mean, you can see Cranky. There's your Topham hat. There's the sheds, the iconic windmill, Vickerstown, Napford Station. Yeah, it's decent. It's decent, I guess. And here are the 5 engines that this pack comes with. That's Thomas, James, Henry, Gordon, Percy, and it comes with these instructions right here on how to get the engines like actually rolling. Simple instructions. I'm sure you can read those. I'm not really gonna go into that. We're here for the engine, so let's get them out of the plastic and have a little fun. Alright, so here are all 5 engines fresh out of the plastic, and we're just gonna go through each and every one of these one by one. So first up, we're gonna take a look at number 1 himself, Thomas. So I'm sure you probably remember me saying a couple of times that I wasn't too interested in some of the other motorized engines, besides Duck, who's just right over there. This is one of the few in this new motorized range that I actually didn't mind. I mean, it's hard to mess up the tank engine, so Thomas looks pretty good. I do remember there being another Thomas that, not this one, this is the 2-pack Thomas. I do remember there being another version of Thomas with the white running board that's part of the classic range, because that had the white running board and the painted buffers. But this one doesn't for some reason, which is weird. But if anything, I'm glad that he does not have those weird water splashes. I don't know why they did that. Proportion-wise, this guy looks really good. I mean, again, it's hard to mess up Thomas. The face looks really good. Look very similar to right here. This is the die-cast Thomas of the Metal Collection. Very similar faces. Pretty much it's pretty much like similar cheeky faces. It's like This is the face model for the diecast if they just increased it to size with the motorized line. It looks pretty good. Not much else to say about him. I do like him. This is a pretty good Thomas. One of the best we've gotten in a long time. Next up, we'll take a look at Percy. Now, Percy is another one that Trackmaster also did a classic version of, also with the white running boards, which this guy does not have, just like Thomas. But unlike Thomas, which actually is something I forgot to mention. Unlike Thomas, for Percy's additional details like the dome and the whistle, for Thomas his whistles are not painted, but Percy's is. It's pretty cool. This is a pretty good representation of Percy. Not much else to say on him. Although he is missing a little bit of detail, notably just on the sides. He could benefit from some black on these sides right here. I'm not sure what you call these pieces for the longest time. I have no idea what these things are called. Also, for these cylinders, for his piston rods, they could have done more with red lining on them, but it's all right. I definitely prefer the diecast Percy just because I like the detail on him a little more, and also the face is just too cute to ignore. But again, Percy for a motorized Percy we're getting in 2025, he ain't too bad. Next up, Gordon. Now, I know that a ton of people have criticized this motorized Gordon to death already, and yeah, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Why is he so fat? Like, I get why they had to make him like this, because he's a big engine and his boiler's supposed to look big and huge, but come on, like, proportion-wise, this guy looks so off. Like, the face looks way too far out close, the front of him just looks so narrow, and what is that face? In the TV series, Gordon always had like a very powerful, happy face, but what is this? What's going on here? He really does look like a galloping sausage.
Don't call me a galloping sausage, spluttered Gordon.
Here's Gordon's tender. I mean, it's decent, and as you can see, I uncoupled it from him. One thing to note is that his coal is removable, which I guess is fine. I mean, if you would want to get creative with this Gordon, you could just have him like be out of coal, and then you just put this load on him, and look, he's ready for his train. Maybe I'm being too critical towards this. I mean, again, for a 2025 Trackmaster Gordon, this is a fine enough representation of Gordon, but still, definitely not one of my favorites from this line. I mean, you could apply some of the same issues that Gordon has with Flying Scotsman, since from the front, he is also kind of narrow, and his body is like way too big in comparison to his tenders, but maybe it's just me speaking as a hardcore fan, but Flying Scotsman is much better than Gordon. Now let's take a look at some of the die casts. First up, we got James. Now, low-key, I'm gonna be honest, one of the reasons I got this pack was for the new die-cast James and Henry, because I cannot find these guys in any stores. Like, seriously, these things have just been selling out like crazy. Even for eBay, these guys cost around like $30 to $40, which I am not about to fork over $40 for a single die-cast. So I opted for this pack. Now, this die-cast James looks really good. Very, very accurate to his prop in the CGI series, being all oversized and whatnot. I mean, I've seen other videos that where he's much bigger than Thomas and Percy. I mean, just look. Yep, that's pretty CGI accurate to me. Proportion-wise, this guy looks really good. Nothing is too squished or elongated. I like the separately applied details like the dome, and the whistle is painted on the cab, which is really cool. That's something that the OG Take-Along James did not do for some reason. Also, his wheels are gray, which is a neat little change of pace in contrast to his wheels are supposed to be black, but gray ain't too bad. I'm not a big fan of his golden side rods though. I mean, I do get to extent why they made his side rods golden, because his wheels are gray, but still it kind of makes them stick out, not really in the best way. In comparison to the other die-cast toys, as well as Henry, that use, the regular standard gray side rods. But this James does not, for some odd reason. Also, people have pointed this out already, but yeah, his tender is literally just a retooling of the All Engines Go James, just with the newly updated wheels. It's not bad, but I do wish they went for a whole new, completely different design tender so that it doesn't stick out and look. Because like if you look at the tender compared to the overall body, it slants down like this, which I don't know, isn't bad, but still, I wish they didn't do this. Otherwise, though, this James looks really good. Probably my third favorite of this new metal collection. Just an overall solid model. And our last engine in this pack is Henry. Now, Henry was one I was pretty stoked for. I mean, a brand new 2025 diecast of CGI Henry in like God knows how long, and he looks pretty decent. I mean, obviously not perfect. There are a few things that hold it back. For starters, he's missing his second bogey wheel. In the original form of Henry, for take along and take and play, his wheel configuration, he was always a 4-6-0. 4 small bogey wheels and 6 big driving wheels. But for some reason, his second bogey wheel is not present on here, which is odd. Also, he's missing his third cylinder casing, which usually is always like right here at the back where the third wheel is at, but whatever. This guy still looks pretty decent. Detail and proportion wise, he looks really good. I like the addition of the rivets and the handrails. That's something for, when the series went full Big World Big Adventures, just never did with Henry or Edward, because they were not treated as main characters in that era. He's also got some rivets on his tender, which looks pretty cool. And even the face looks pretty close. It kind of looks like a mash of the CGI series standard Happy Henry face, mixed in with the model series Happy Henry face, mixed in with the triumphant face that Henry has in that iconic illustration of Super Rescue, which looks pretty cool. Overall, I'd say Henry is kind of my least favorite of this range. There are a few additional details that he's missing that holds him back from topping ones like Thomas, Percy, James, but hey, like I've been saying, for a diecast version of a character that we have not gotten in God knows how long, Henry ain't bad. I'm happy to own him. And there you have it, folks. That was the Engine Celebration Pack. It's not perfect, obviously, but it's still nonetheless a very fun idea. These new classic-themed toys have really become a major recent point of discussion in the Thomas fandom. People have been eating these up for the most part, and despite what I may think about some of them, and while they will never ever top their original counterparts, that makes me really happy to hear. Mattel really is returning to the OG Thomas design with these new guys. And between this line and the recent announcement of the new Thomas project they got cooking for 2026, I'm cautiously optimistic to see where this franchise goes next.